In this video, we're going to go over all the settings that's going to affect the front end and the back end of your auction site. So if you go down to the bottom left of your homepage and you'll see the settings cog, I'm going to click on settings, and you can see here everything that we have in terms of changing settings, categories, pages. You can add administrators, courier services, Rift payments, VAT rates, and box types. So we're going to dive into each one, and we're just going to have a quick general overview of each of the settings. Now, during your setup process, especially if you're early on while Auctium is growing as a business, do offer one-to-one help. So we can help you with these settings if there's anything that does confuse you. But hopefully, as we go through it, you'll understand everything and you can get yourself up and running. So first of all, main settings. This is to define how your website looks. Do lots of testing in here. So you can choose color themes, menu background colors, 4 colors, all this different array of colors and all the different fonts and everything. Now, at first, it can be quite overwhelming when you see these, but again, just test and you'll get to see. And every change you make on here, you can then look at your live site and you just keep going back and forth and you see how the colors change. So I'll make a couple of quick changes here so you can see what I mean, just to try and, got to click on edit first. And then you go on theme color and you can change it here. So if I go to purple color and then you go to the top, click save and then refresh the page. You can see here, oh, it's just changed there, hasn't it? These colors. So if you just play around, you can get your colors of your logo or anything that you would like to put on here. You can really trial it out and make it look a nice, sleek, modern look. And this just let everyone have their own, so they can customize everything. So I just advise just to go through here and have a little test. So we'll go back to the previous menu. Now this is our payment processor. We're using Rift. We decided to use Rift because they work with auction sites and they are just like using any of your other typical providers like Stripe. And they're really easy to use and they pay out in a timely manner. So I recommend you signing up with Rift just as part of the process. And then with VAT rates, we have set it to a standard 20%. Now that can again be changed because I know VAT rates can always change. We remember the days when they were 17.5. Custom categories will populate, but if you want to create your own categories, you can on the site. So if you've got different categories and you want to customize it yourself, you can do that. That's nice and easy. Courier services. So this one, I'm not going to be able to show you the full rundown of this right now, but we've decided to actually help people who might use Parcel2Go, because Parcel2Go, as you may or may not know, you can have Royal Mail and loads of different delivery services. You can connect your site, not many people do this, to their API and basically get a real quote from them. So then you can display that cost on the website. Now we know a lot of people have their own delivery service, so you don't have to use the API. You can just set your own on the back end, but this allows you to set up with Parcel2Go. So it'll go to Parcel2Go, you just sign up and then you can get the API information and it's really straightforward. Box types. So this is where if you have a standard one, so if you're listing items and you know it's going to be 5 kg, 10 kg, it's going to go into a box and it's of a certain weight. For example, we use Yodel now and they have a max weight on the small parcels of 3 kilograms and then on the higher ones it's 17. So we know if it's under 3, we can put it in that category. And then if it's under 17, we can put it in that one. So you can add new and put different box sizes, different costs, height, everything in here. So it just allows you to select that when you go list an item. If you look at the create listing video, you'll actually notice that you can select a box. So this is all just to complement that really. And then we have pages, design your static information pages and select where the link appears. You can add different links, different information. It helps improve your SEO and your search engine optimization on your pages. And then administrators, this is pretty self-explanatory. If you need to add more people in your business, or you have a web designer and they want to help you add information, or even just someone who's in the warehouse listing. So this just makes things more streamlined. And that's it for the settings. We've kept it as simple as possible so that you can set up and get going and make your first sales.